So the next step is to create your to-do list, also known as your weekly and daily goals. So now that you've taken your bigger, longer-term goals for learning and growing through this experience and turned them into a plan, the next step is to turn them into an action plan. See, you can only take action now. You might have something on your list for a month from now, but you can't do it now, so it doesn't really count. And you can only really focus your attention on the steps that you're taking towards your goal in about the next week or so. Because when you start to think further in advance, there's really nothing you can do right now about it. So creating a weekly and daily plan is the number one most important step that differentiates people who achieve their goals from those who don't. Your 1-year goal or even your 60-day list of sub-goals will not do you any good unless you identify what you can do right now or within about the next week to move you in that direction. And so we lovingly refer to our weekly action plan as a to-do list instead of a to-do list. So the reason for that is because to-do makes it feel like, oh, it's a boring list of things I have to do. And calling it a ta-da list reminds us to feel excited about our accomplishments. So when we finish any of the small items on our list, we actually cross it off and celebrate like ta-da! And that gives you that sense of progress and keeps you motivated to keep going forward. And so in this second step, you're going to be making your goals achievable within a 1-week ta-da list. So look at where you left off with your goal setting activity and look at the sub goals that you've identified as the number one priority. Now ask yourself, do you believe that it's possible that all of these things that you put as a number one sub goal could be accomplished in 1 week? And if not, all that means is that you need to further prioritize your list and go through this number one list and again mark everything as a 1 through 4 in priority rating so that you can again narrow it down to what it is that you really need to be working on first. And the goal being get your one list to be something you can accomplish in a week. And once you've narrowed it down to 1 week worth of reasonable goals, then you're good. And then you want to take out like a calendar, whether it's on your phone or your computer or in a planner, whatever it is. And you could even use the sample to-do list sheet that we included. And for this upcoming week, you need to A, mark down tasks that you're going to have to do on certain days, like if you have appointments, and B, items within this list that are the top priorities that you're going to work on first. So, and then at the end of the week, or the beginning of the next week, you want to look back at everything that you didn't get done. And instead of being like, oh, I didn't get it all done, you want to celebrate your progress because it's totally fine that you didn't get everything done. You're just going to roll it over to being the first priority for the next upcoming week. And each week, you're going to go through this process again. You're going to look back at the remaining number 1 items or even number 2 items on your prioritized list that you did before. And each week you're going to reprioritize and make adjustments. And then after a week or a month, you're going to look back and realize, my priorities have changed a little bit. And you're going to do that 60-day process all over again. So we recommend doing it about once a month. So once a month, again, you're going to go back through this whole process and you're going to reestablish your goals for the next 60 days as well as the week. So then the next step is your daily plan. And this is where your daily living goals come in too. In addition to the things that you're going to work towards for your goal, you also are going to want to schedule in these daily living goals that you've thought of. Those activities that you've identified for your learning goals and also from the making good use of your time. Those aren't long-term goals. So this is where you plan them in, just on a 1-week basis. So first, you're going to identify which of these ideas are the most important to you, like we said. And we recommend making a list of these daily living goals and again, keeping them around for those times when you're bored and you don't know what to do, but also pick a few every week and prioritize them into your schedule. So just like you would add in any of the other items, like from your list of what you're working on for your goal, you want to make these just as important. So you actually want to schedule in like taking a long relaxing bath on Wednesday at 1 p.m. And you want to schedule in, after dinner, have, game night with my family. If you put these things on your weekly plan, you're a lot more likely to follow through with doing them. And it gives you something to look forward to, something that you know, so you know, I'm gonna do this for myself, and I know that whatever else I'm working on might feel a lot like work, but I'm gonna schedule in the play too. And so you wanna make a daily plan every day. You want to take the top 1 to 5 tasks from your to-do list and say, I'm gonna do these today. And you want to start with a routine so that every day you're checking in, and then once a week you're making a new plan. Because when you are in a period of unintended sabbatical, or you're in isolation and you've chosen to work on your own personal evolution, it's a massive opportunity that you can only reach if you add a little bit of structure and a lot of intentionality. And we've been through this multiple times in our lives where we've had an unattended sabbatical, and we've had to learn and grow through it, because what other choices we have? Stop living? Of course not. So we took the opportunity and we made plans for our business, and we read a bazillion and listened to a bazillion different books, and we took courses and we learned and we transformed our lives and our business through the process. And you can too. Like we've said, this is definitely an opportunity if you choose to look at it that way. But you have to use the tools available in order to make that opportunity a reality for you.